Thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Education Center YouTube channel, where on this channel, we believe in providing you unbiased advice that will help you maximize all of your retirement income. Now, on our channel, of course, we do not believe in providing you any type of silver bullet strategies or glorifying any type of one product. But what we do believe in are holistic concepts that will help you retire with confidence. Now, Andrew, I want you to imagine just waking up one morning and realizing the fact that you just won the lottery. Now, what would you do in that particular moment?
I'd probably fall back to sleep.
Well, maybe many people out there, Andrew, would do the exact same thing, but is that the proper thing that you should be doing once you realize that you've actually came into account of a windfall of money? Well, unfortunately, Andrew, a lot of people make bad decisions like that, falling asleep because you got to get up and maybe get the kids ready for school and maybe other important things. So you want to make sure that if you do come into a situation to where you receive a windfall of money, and it may not be so much of wishful thinking like winning the lottery, it may be something like a lump sum from your pension. It could be an inheritance. It could be someone leaving you a death benefit. So it may not be something like the lottery, but when it comes to a windfall of money that you may be receiving it now or in the future, there can be critical mistakes that you have to be aware of, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, so stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And we want to thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Education Concepts videos. These videos were created to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Yeah, absolutely, because with so many retirement strategies out there, and so many retirement concepts, and of course with so many retirement products, it can become very difficult for consumers to digest it all. That's why we're so fortunate that we work with a team of expert advisors to help us build a retirement roadmap that's going to let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement income, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Carson, a financial windfall for most people is what the doctor ordered, but you feel people should proceed with caution. Why is that?
Yeah, Andrew, when you receive a large amount of money, and I've seen this many times, and we've heard of these cases so many times, it can really bring people to ruin. That is why you'll see a lot of times with large estates, people will set up a trust account, or people may set up annuities for people who may win a large sum of money because it'll help keep their hands out that full cookie jar and just pay them that income a little bit over time. So if you are in a situation in which you are expected to receive a windfall of money, we are going to be talking about some of the mistakes that you may want to look out for. But before we do that, Andrew, there are 2 rules to retirement income that we would like to give you. And what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money. And rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
So let's go ahead and talk about if you are fortunate or maybe even unfortunate to receive a windfall of money and what you should be looking out for.
Now, Carson, you think that most people should hit the brakes when it comes to getting a lump sum of money. Why is that?
Yeah, Andrew, absolutely. Some of our kids may say they need to take a chill pill, right? Maybe you need to slow down, hit the brakes, and pause for just a moment because you have a lot of emotions that may be tied into this windfall of money, especially if you receive that money in a situation of death. You have a lot of emotions, and perhaps you may have guilt about having this money as well. So you don't want to make any irrational decisions when you're in this particular situation. You may feel a rush to go, take care of a few things. I'm going to pay off the house, or I'm going to do this for that person. I'm going to set up a charity right now. But you really need to slow down and take a pause to think about what you really need to do for your best interest moving forward with this money. You can go put this money into your bank, and of course, the money in the bank is insured up to $250,000. So you can do that, or maybe you can look at U.S. Treasury, something that's short term, that's safe. Perhaps money market accounts that you can get a little bit more interest on that money, or CDs. But until you really realize what you want to do with this money, put it somewhere where it's low risk, where it's liquid. So when you are ready to actually utilize this money, you would have prepared yourself both mentally and emotionally to deal with it.
Well, Carson, some people actually feel guilty when they come into money. So how should they handle this emotion?
Yeah, Andrew, this happens a lot of times, particularly we hear about this a lot of times when you're talking about, athletes, right? Some of the athletes who may grew up in poverty, they've now come into a large amount of money due to their talents. and they may feel guilty about leaving others behind. That's why you may see a lot of these athletes and entertainers try to go back and bring their entire community with them. And you have to be careful about this feeling of guilt. Because what it may have you to do, Andrew, is act irrational with those dollars and have you spending and buying things that you absolutely should not be doing. Because some kind of way, inherently, you may be thinking, or maybe intuitively or subliminally, you're thinking, I need to get back into the condition in which I came out of. And so therefore, you're not making the smartest decisions with that money. But you just need to speak to someone, speak to an advisor when you are in this situation and how you're feeling about the situation, so they can actually give you a different perspective about how to handle it. Because, you shouldn't feel guilty about coming into money if it's not due to any type of ill-begotten gains. If you've gotten this money due to your own talents and efforts, you should be rewarding yourself and rewarding those who are around you in the proper way in order for that guilt to be transferred into pleasure for you.
Okay, Carson. Well, how would someone know when to start using that money without all the emotion involved?
So what I really believe that people should do, Andrew, is that maybe they just create simple buckets for themselves where they have a now bucket, which is an immediate bucket where they start creating funds for like building up an emergency fund, maybe using those funds to pay off some of those debts like credit card debts, those high interest debts. And then maybe set up a second bucket, Andrew, which is maybe like a soon or intermediate bucket, in which now they can start focusing on funding their retirement or maybe funding a 529 plan for their kids. And then maybe, Andrew, they can look at a later bucket in which they're thinking about maybe doing some positive things with those dollars in a different magnitude. Maybe setting up a charity, maybe looking at their own estate planning, perhaps, paying off a mortgage, some large amount of debt. I think if they were able to do that systematically, creating a timeline, it would make it a lot easier of knowing, not when to use all of it, but maybe using those dollars in an incremental way. That is what I would recommend, because I think it's just more of a smarter move with those dollars.
Well, Carson, many people may be in the mindset of investing that money. So what is your advice on that?
Well, one, I think that's a good mindset to be in. It's better to invest that money than to go blow it. But you have to be careful about investing that money. So I would tell people to take it very slow and make sure that the person or people that you're going to be investing with, they're trustworthy people. So you want to speak to probably a fiduciary advisor. We're always going to recommend that, because a fiduciary has to look out for your best interest, and so not theirs. So you want to make sure you speak to someone in that category, but take it slowly. Don't go rush out and invest in Bitcoins or some land in Florida. Just maybe take those dollars and incrementally put that towards the marketplace. Maybe you diversify the portfolio according to your risk tolerance. It certainly is not smart or recommended to be greedy when you actually run into a large sum of money by trying to invest that money and double it or triple it over time.
All right, Carson, these were all some great suggestions. But my last question is, what about those family and friends who may pop up wanting a handout?
Andrea, there's no doubt that's going to happen. If you come into a large amount of money, my best suggestion for you is to keep quiet. Don't go out and buy Rolexes and buy in the big house, because they're going to get whiffed that you have done something different. And of course, yes, you are going to have fake friends and fake family members come out of the woodworks looking for a handout. Now look, we all understand that when you come into a large amount of money, many of us have a great heart. And if it's a large enough amount of money, we do want to help others out. We want to see other people happy. A lot of times giving money to individuals and watching them enjoy that gift, it really is pleasing to us. That's why you'll see a lot of people gifting assets while they're alive to their beneficiaries, because they absolutely get pleasure of seeing their kids enjoy the vacation home or enjoy that large amount of stock securities that they pass over, whatever it may be. They enjoy seeing that. But you have to be careful on how you handle this particular situation. If you want to invest in your family or friends' ideal and you think it's a sound ideal and you want to do it, by all means, go ahead and do it, and make sure that you understand the why of doing that. But another part about that, Andrew, is that you also must be comfortable saying no. Don't just say no and turn your back to individuals. Don't dismiss them. but let them know why you're saying no. Let them know that that's not a sound investment that you believe in. Maybe if they come up with a better idea, you'll be willing to help them out. So, but be willing to say no to that particular individual. Because here's what I know. I don't know if any of you have ever done this before. If you ever, seen a cat walking around your house, and maybe you're a big animal lover, and you may decide to sit some milk out in your front door, to feed the stray cat. Every single day, I promise you, that cat is going to come back looking for that milk again. And that cat may bring friends at other times. So you got to be careful, because your friends and family can be the same way. They may come back for more, and they may bring others with them. So you got to be careful about feeding that path when you come into a large amount of money. These are some really smart things to take note of. So I hope those of you who may come into a large amount of money, hopefully I come into a large amount of money for doing this video, that we would take these precautions, because they can lead to ruins and they can lead to a lot of frustration.
Well, thank you, Carson. This was extremely helpful today. So thank you for your insight on this topic. And thank you for watching. And if you feel this information was beneficial for you, please like this video and share with others.
So I really do hope that the information that we shared with you today will help you understand how to handle a windfall of money if it actually happens to you. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.
For additional information on this topic or any of the other topics that we've shared in our other videos, please feel free to reach out to our office or leave any questions or comments in the section below. After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.